What it do, Attack on Titan crew, it's Jack. Welcome back if you're not new. I apologize for not being able to put images or videos on the screen, like anything relative to what I'm talking about, I guess, because I did that before and I got a copyright strike. So that's why for the background of this video, I just have gameplay from another video I did of the VR Attack on Titan video game, so you can check that out if you're interested. So let's talk about chapter 139 of Attack on Titan. The official chapter has been released. It's been translated. I'll put the link in the description, in the comments. Like this video, subscribe if you're new. Let's get right into it. So the chapter starts with Eren and Armin talking in the Titan realm as children. Armin tells Eren that he understands why Eren did what he did after seeing the future, but he asked Eren if he really needed to beat him and hurt Mikasa's feelings the way he did. Eren explains to Armin that he was just desperate and needed to separate himself from them, so he just went with the flow. Then Eren apologized. Armin's like, nah, you need to go apologize to Mikasa. Then they continue talking, and it's said that the reason Eren was okay with doing those horrible things to his friends is because he wanted to set them up to become the heroes of humanity, which would in turn show the outside world that the island devils were opposed to the horrible things that Eren was doing. Therefore, the world will hold them in the highest regard. Even if the rest of the world didn't look up to the devils of Paradis for saving the world by killing Eren, Eren still killed 80% of all humans, so they won't really be able to retaliate and revenge attack the Eldians after the rumbling is stopped anytime soon, at least. Then the scenery changes and Eren begins to talk to Armin about the founder Ymir. Eren says that 2,000 years ago Ymir obtained power that rivaled God, but still continued to submit and be obedient to King Fritz. It is revealed that Ymir was in love with King Fritz, even though he's sitting on his throne having a harem surrounded by all his thoughts, and Ymir is watching with a depressed look on her face as she's taking care of their children. Eren says that he looked deeply into her heart and saw that she was wishing for freedom to save her from the pain of her love for King Fritz. The person she was looking for was actually Mikasa, but even Eren doesn't know why it's Mikasa or what Mikasa will do. Eren says that he just followed his path because it's the one that resulted in this ending. We actually find out that Eren had known that this was the way it would end way back during the end of season 3. Remember, he kissed Historia's hand during that ceremony they had, and he had got some memories of his father killing the royal family. At that moment, he actually saw into the future as well, and he found out that this was the way things would end, and that is why he had that horrible, painful look in his face and freaked out. Then Eren even admits that he could have used his founding Titan powers to make the Titan that ate his mother eat Bertolt instead, but in order for the world to end the way it did and for things to be set in motion, Bertolt was supposed to live a bit longer, so he had to basically sacrifice his mother instead. Then Armin asks Eren about Mikasa and if he really thinks that she could forget him and live happily with someone else. Eren says he doesn't know. Then that's when Armin punches him in the face and asks him again how he feels about turning down Mikasa's feelings for him. Armin says Mikasa should forget him. Then Eren cries out that he doesn't want that and he only wants her to have feelings for him even after he dies. Then he begs Armin not to tell Mikasa that he said that. The two continue to talk until Eren says that he will erase Armin's memories of the conversation until Eren dies. Apparently, this conversation in the Titan realm actually happened somewhere around chapter 131. Remember, I think Armin got shot up and he had woke up on a boat next to Annie. This conversation happened then, and then his memories were erased until now, after the death of Eren. Then we transition into what's going on in the real world, where Armin finally wakes up from the Titan realm and he sees Mikasa holding Eren's head. Everyone who was a Titan previously returned to human form and also have their memories restored. Jean, Reiner, Connie, Annie, and even Peak feel sorry for Eren at this point. Levi sees the dead scouts and praises them for how it ended. Gabby and Falco reunite, and so do Reiner and his mom. Mikasa tells Armin that she's going to give Eren a proper resting place, then she leaves. Right after all of this happens, the Marleyans are suspicious of the Eldians and point guns at them. They ask if they can prove they're not able to become Titans anymore. Then Armin comes out and tells the Marleyan army he's the one who killed Eren and stopped the rumbling. I guess this was enough to convince the Marleyans they're not a threat. Then we transition into a 3-year time skip from the end of that day. That day is now called the Battle of Heaven and Earth. We see Historia holding her daughter. We then see how the world is going after the rumbling, and unfortunately Parody still fears retaliation from the rest of the world. The fight won't end until either the Eldians or the rest of the world is wiped out. Regardless, Parody is still going to make an attempt to negotiate peace with the allied nations. In the final panel, we see Mikasa visiting where Eren is buried, and she sits there crying and saying she wishes she can see him again. As she's crying, she leans over and her scarf becomes undone. Then a bird flies over to her and fixes it. The bird flies away and she says, "Eren, you wrapped this scarf around me. Thank you." And that is how the final chapter of Attack on Titan ends. You made it this far in this video, let me know, drop a comment, but also comment your opinion on how this series ended, because honestly I'm not really too happy with the way it ended. I personally would have loved Eren to somehow have came back, as unrealistic as that would have been, so I'm not going to complain about that. It's really just, for me, it's the fact that Ymir was in love with King Fritz this entire time. Like, I feel like they pulled that out of their ass. Not only that, the world didn't really come to an agreement after Eren sacrificed himself, and even his old allies who turned against him in the end realized he was kind of right in that the world might not be free of conflict until one side is completely wiped out. Those are my thoughts. Make sure you like the video, comment your opinion, and subscribe if you are new and you would love to see more content.